Welcome along, everyone. I'm Chantal Broderick. Thank you for joining me today. We have a very special podcast partner update. I am joined today by the CEO and founder of OneFitStop, Jarron Aizen. Jarron, welcome. Thank you for jumping on today.
Thanks, Chantal. Great to be back here with everyone.
Now, I think it's pretty fair to say that there has been a whole lot happening in the fitness business software space since the beginning of COVID-19. And I've got to tell you, when you and I and JT caught up the other day, I think we were kind of surprised by how much has been happening sort of at OneFitStop HQ and just in the whole software space. So do you want to bring us up to speed on what you and the team have been up to and what that landscape looks for you at the moment?
Yeah, Chantal, it's been a whirlwind of a couple of weeks for everyone. We're feeling the emotions internally and alongside all of our facilities and clubs that we work with so closely and hold such strong relationships with. From our perspective, it's trying to just get ahead of what the next phase of every step of this process that the sites are going to go through. Trying to even picture and fathom that the sites had to close down in the first place. We were working day and night on these administration modules right through the platform to assist sites in doing bulk updates of rates or cancellation, suspensions of memberships or cancellation of classes or extensions of packs that they've purchased that are going to expire in the lockdown period. And so everything that we were trying to do in the first wave of emotions was just equip our sites that they're not just fielding 100,000 emails a day from all their members, but also on the administration side, they can do it with a couple clicks in bulk to assist in everything that's going through day to day. And that was kind of our first wave of we got to gear up here. We need all of our staff here to just put our hats on, thinking caps, to find out ways of where we need to be able to innovate with technology to assist from an administration perspective. And then the reality set in. It was like, oh my gosh, how long is this actually going to last for? Sites have limited to no revenues coming through. We were just collecting information, taking great resources from this podcast and sharing it with our database and all other publications to assist from government stimulus packages through to ideas around how to just ignite community and be contactable and keep engaging with your database, but also actually drive revenue. How do we drive revenue now? We don't really want to pivot the business model. We want to incorporate new technology in the business model that you can actually use and adapt as a business in the long run. And it actually becomes part of your core offerings. And we've found great ways to do that. And we've been working extremely hard as well. And I'd love to show you a little bit about what we've done there on that front too.
Yeah, we would love that. And I find this so fascinating because I know that so many businesses and so many fitness facilities out there have kind of, put the brakes on everything that they're doing. But I think this is really interesting because this is kind of really the time that they could be working on their software solutions and getting themselves ready for post COVID-19, really. So I'm fascinated to know sort of what you guys have been working on from a tech perspective and how you're helping fitness facilities around the world.
Yeah, our first thing that we said we need to do is high impact, like immediately high impact. So I'm going to share my screen now in just a second and showcase a little bit about what we've already launched with a number of brands. I'll show you some examples and also shout out to these brands for letting us share their app to the network here. So the first thing that we released was a full content management system where you can write articles, upload recipes, do videos, and access to premium content in the app where members can go and watch these pre-recorded production videos that these sites are now and brands are going in and producing rapidly to keep their members engaged from home. So this is one of our brands, KX Pilates. And you can see here how they've got access to your premium workouts at home and starting to actually produce content right through the application almost every single day with new content being released and amazing production on the videos as well on the back end.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, it's been a huge success. And this one here is Infinite Cycle, a indoor cycling brand. And here we've got a functional training brand, and they've all, named it differently. This is called PLC Online, and the other one is IC at Home. And so everyone is coming up with unique ways to brand these solutions. But the one thing that they're all doing is they're doing it as a twofold solution here. One, there's some premium content to keep engaging with their broader database, but then there is also a premium add-on subscription where they're, some are charging weekly, monthly, bi-weekly to access the content over this period, which is the premium content. And we've seen amazing results of all of our brands, from a single location facilities through to multi-location facilities, driving incredible long revenue sources and revenue generation here for their businesses. And they're actually seeing results outside of the suburbs or the regions that they operate in. We're seeing subscriptions come through from other countries that they don't even have facilities in. And so they're driving ancillary revenue that they wouldn't have had reach before to even achieve through these solutions. And so it's been incredibly rewarding to be able to use technology here to actually drive this value for our facilities.
That is cool. Can I ask you a couple of quick questions while you've got that up on screen, Jarron, or just while we're having a look at these screen grabs? So, I mean, I love the look of the classes, and the whole app looks super, super smart and attractive and user-friendly. Down the bottom, you've got like booking, schedule, purchases. Just tell us a little bit about some of the other functionalities that are built into the app.
Yeah, definitely. And also in correlation to how facilities are using these other functions right now, we've actually done a full Zoom integration with passwords. So there's no Zoom bombing going on.
We need passwords on Zoom.
Definitely. And our facilities are starting to actually create classes or even private sessions. We have groups that are doing private sessions as well, fully integrated through Zoom. So the clients will actually book through the app. They'll find the time slots that they want to book, and after they've booked, they see their booking confirmations, and they can join these Zoom sessions directly from their app here. So there's no external links flying around. There's no public links that you're sending out to your database that other people are getting access to. The links become available 30 minutes prior inside the app before that session starts. And so many of these scheduling components or timetable or booking components are all being used to join live real-time streaming of sessions via Zoom.
That is so cool. And I've got to tell you, that is a good looking app. That is really nice looking.
I do agree. And you can see how different it looks for each of our brands. That's something that we truly believe in. The look, the feel, the branding, the colors, the imagery, that's all really up to each brand to determine on their own accord. And we call it configuration without modification, that we don't have to go and code every single time anyone wants to make a branding change. We really leave these core settings up to each brand to define, and it then becomes your own home, and your members know that this is your brand. And we're just kind of behind the scenes facilitating this technology.
That is phenomenal. Thank you so much for giving us a look at the app. I think that's super important for us to understand. So now we've got a bit of an indication, a better understanding of what you guys have been up to. And you've been, you started off with working on that, supporting your existing clients. You've really been working on leveraging their technology. Why is it so important that we're thinking about this now? Talk to us about the long-term view and why it's so important that you're working with clients right now for later on.
Yeah, definitely. And I think at this point in time, everything's kind of settled. We know our position. It's not ideal. We're all hurting. That's common. But during this period, before doors open again, I mean, I believe that everyone has to look within and do a lot of strategic planning about the business when doors open again. I mean, of course, you're thinking about what is your opening strategy going to be when doors open again, and how you're going to market and pre-sell. And it's the revival of the fitness industry that's going to hit, and everyone's going to be doing it at the same time. I certainly know that that's a huge thing that everyone's going to need to think about immediately right now. But it's also a really, really good time to evaluate your systems and processes right through the organization. We are seeing a huge influx of inquiries to OneFitStop right through this period, which is even taken us by surprise, but it is it's making sense because everyone is now evaluating who their tech partners are going to be moving forward. They can inherit the technology that's going to drive short-term revenue and long-term opportunities through these new sources. So that's what we want. But the reality is then you're setting yourselves up with a partner that's going to support you in the long run. And we're doing that right through all these new facilities coming onto OneFitStop through this time. We're able to do a quick migration across, understand your business and technology needs, deploy the Zoom or the content modules to help drive immediate wins in the organization, and then set you guys up for success before those doors open again.
Yeah, it's so important. I just think, we have now come through the shock of everything that's happening. And I think that was really a first phase for a lot of people, was just going, holy, I don't want to swear, but there was that shock factor that we all went through. And I think now, hopefully, people are starting to find some clear headspace. And it really is those businesses that are starting to forward think and starting to look at what happens on the other side of all of this, that are making the most of this time. So, Jarron, if you had to give advice to club operators out there around the world who are maybe a little bit in limbo at the moment and haven't necessarily made a move, or haven't necessarily been working in the business or on the business for that matter at the moment, what sort of advice would you give them in relation to considering their software options during this time right now?
Yeah, look, your members aren't in the facility at all. They're going to come back in shortly. You've got extra time on your hands. You're pacing your days out because there's sometimes not as much work to do throughout the days. And it's absolutely a perfect time, if you've been thinking about it, to actually action it and get in contact with our team at OneFitStop. Will, first step is always to learn about your business and operations, and to plan this out without rushing it. We don't want to rush things, but we need to do it 100% properly. But at the same time, we know that we can execute this before you even consider, the world considers opening their doors again. And you're actually then, honestly, you're launching with a new application to your members. You're showing tremendous value. All of a sudden, there's been this huge change over this period, and they probably weren't expecting anything to happen, but doors open. They've got a brand new, amazing looking app in their hands. They've got all this content potentially to interact with in that meantime. They're loving everything that you're doing, and they're going to continue to support your group as you continue to go through these stages of the next few months ahead of us.
So the message I'm getting loud and clear is, now is the time. Do not wait to start looking into this area of your business. Now is definitely the time. So with all of that in mind, Jarron, if any of our owners and operators out there want to get in touch with you, with the team at OneFitStop, what is the best way for them to connect with you right now?
Definitely go to our website and submit an inquiry to get in contact with our team. You can go to onefitstop.com. That's ONEFITSTOP. Maybe we can get a link underneath. And that would be fantastic. But look, we're here. We're waiting for you. Our full team's on board to assist you in this process, to get to know the business, and to make sure that there's a very smooth migration involved here to getting you online.
Jarron, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And I'm really excited that we had the chance to dive in and look at the app and see what you guys have been working on. And also just thank you for working with this industry during such a difficult time, I guess, an unexpected time for so many of us. And I definitely think a lot of people, well, nobody expected to be in this situation right now. So thank you for working with the industry and for everything that you're doing to really support club operators during this time. And I know that your existing clients will be so grateful for you guys stepping in and really helping them during that transition period. But definitely now is the time for others to jump in and get involved and find out just what is possible for their business. So Jarron, thank you once again for joining me today, and thanks for a great update.
Thanks, Chantal. Thank you.